Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be looking at the most unusual pets in the world. I'm sure a lot of you guys watching at home have pets. Maybe you have something very normal like a dog or a cat or a guinea pig. Or maybe you have something more exotic like a snake or a bearded dragon. Well guys, the pets on this list make those pets look very vanilla. From billionaires with pet lions to a man with a caiman. But before we get eaten alive by one of the pets on this list, subscribe and press the notification bell too. Coming up first, we have lion. Picture a lion. What do you think? You probably think of things such as danger, fear, and a wild animal. But if you go to super rich countries like Dubai and the UAE, this is different. In those crazy rich countries, lions are actually seen as a status symbol. It's not enough to have a gold-plated car, you need a pet lion in that gold-plated car. At least that's the view of billionaire Humaid Al Buqaish. Humaid lives in the United Arab Emirates, and many have described him as the Arab Dan Bilzerian. The crazy thing about this guy is that he has a pet lion. He often posts pictures of him walking the lion on a leash, just like a dog. But of course, this is a much scarier animal with gigantic teeth. This guy has an entire lion sanctuary for his lion in his backyard. Ever since the lion was young, it was trained around humans to be like a domesticated pet. Humaid is so confident with his lion, he can put his hand in its mouth. Personally, I wouldn't do that no matter what the animal was. But this billionaire's antics have gained him 800,000 followers on Instagram. But many people, such as animal rights groups, say this guy is a bad person. They say that lions should be in the wild and not kept as somebody's pet. What do you guys think? Next up, we have R2 the reindeer. I'm sure as kids on Christmas Eve, we always looked out the window hoping to catch a glimpse of Santa and his reindeer. Well, if you live with Pia Tuakinen, you just may see a reindeer every single day. One day, Pia was out walking in the woods of her home country, Finland. That was when she found a reindeer who'd been abandoned by its mother. Pia took the calf in and trained it to walk on her wooden floors. Now it's pretty much a domestic house pet, in fact, more than that. R2 likes to actually sit with the family at the dinner table and eat every night. And how does R2 relax at the end of the day? Well, it watches Heartbeat, the UK police drama. Next up is two-headed albino snake. Did you know that in a poll, on average, the scariest animal to an American is a snake? Well, if that's the case for you, then I suggest looking away now. In 2012, this snake went viral as it was albino and had two heads. The person who owned this pet said they were selling it for $50,000. Now at first, many said this is clearly faked and photoshopped. So that's why they released a video of their snake and it went viral. This snake's incredibly rare as it's red and white and has red eyes, which is an albino snake. But as if this snake wasn't amazing enough, each head has its own brain. That means both of these snakes have their own stream of consciousness. One snake could be thinking one thing, while another could be thinking something else. So is this one snake with two heads or two snakes with one body? Albino snakes are very rare, but it's even more rare to get a snake with two heads. If they're not venomous, they can actually sell for a crazy amount of money. And the owner of the two-headed albino snake did successfully sell it for $50,000. Coming up next is Obi the dog. I'm sure we all love our pets at home, but sometimes people take their love to extremes. One elderly couple loved their wiener dog Obi so much they overfed him. Also because they weren't very mobile, they never walked him and kept him indoors. Much like a human, with dogs if they just sit around and eat, they get very fat. This led to Obi weighing over 77 pounds. Obi went viral after a video came out of him unable to move because he was so heavy. Obi was adopted by someone who could take better care of him. They took him on lots of walks and put him on a new very strict diet. Amazingly, within just 12 months he'd already lost 50 pounds. This meant Obi was now a very healthy and happy dog. Next up is caiman. If you don't know what a caiman is, it's basically a crocodilian reptile. They're very long, squat, and have big jaws, long tails, and short legs. So, from my description, you can pretty much tell it's not something you would normally have as a pet. Well, that's not the case for one 65-year-old Japanese man. This man named Nomebitsu lives with a 6 foot 8 inch caiman. He bought the caiman 34 years ago when it was much smaller, and you can often see him walking his caiman on the streets of Kyoto City, Japan. He actually brushes the exotic animal's teeth every day, and he had to get special permission from the government to keep the unusual pet. He keeps it on a leash when he's out and about, and people get very scared walking past. But in his home, his caiman gets free rein and can walk anywhere it wants. Would you guys want to live with a caiman? Personally, it seems a little bit scary for me. Check out the poll in the top right corner and vote for the most unusual pet on this list. I think it's the billionaire who's got a lion, as that seems very risky. Thanks for watching. Check out some more videos on screen right now. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, what are you waiting for? Subscribe.